Hi, all you lovely Tumblrites. I have been wanting to do a vlog for a really long time, so I decided to do one now. It was sort of short notice, so I only received one question, and I don't have like a shit ton of followers, so I'm not sure if that's the reason, or if you guys just don't care to talk to me, which is fine too, no worries. I did have that one really lovely Anon the other day who was like, "You're fantastic, I love you." And by the way, Anon, I still think about that and smile, and it was amazing. Thank you. So anyways, I'm just going to read from a prompt, and then I'm going to read off the question that a peculiar mademoiselle sent me, aka Megan, who's awesome, by the way. You should follow her. So the prompt was posted today by Kingston, who I really love and admire, and don't tell her that because it's really embarrassing, but I really, really like her blog. And so I'm just going to copy from her and do the same things. I really don't have any original ideas. Anyways, I'm talking way too much, so I'll just get started with it. So the first question is your name and your username. My name is Monica. And my username currently is Smith and Kingston, not and, because it was taken, and I don't know, the other way just sounds better, my way. My username before was Not Sweet on the Inside, which was a quote from Clara from the Snowmen, because it was really cute, and she like walked in the TARDIS and she was like, "Everybody has this preconceived notions of me being this dainty little girl, and I'm just, you know, not like that at all. I'm kind of a bitch." And I'm like, "Yes, Claire, me too. I know I have a little girl voice and I'm only 5'3", but I'm really kind of an asshole. I understand." And before that was Nerd Vamp, which I actually kind of hated, but I thought was awesome at the same time. I just thought it kind of sounded weird. And I think I had one before that, but I don't remember what it was. So anyways, I've only been on here for a while. And by the way, I talk a lot, so I'm sorry if this is really long. And I'm also starting to get nervous because I'm realizing that people are actually going to watch this, and that's scary. So I'm originally from California, from the Bay Area, which is the best place in the world. If you've never been to California, you should really consider going. I'm currently living in Illinois to go to grad school here, which is exciting. And now it wants me to pronounce some words, and I think that's like an accent thing, and I don't have a cool accent at all. It's just like a really horrible, stereotypical American accent, so I'm really sorry if I like make these words sound ugly, but whatever. Okay, so doctor, inside, TARDIS, sexy, Rose Tyler, Martha Jones, Donna Noble, Amelia Pond, Dalek, Scarrow, Cyberman, Gallifrey, Sarah Jane Smith, Captain Jack Harkness, Time, Space, Fish Custard, Police Box, River Song, Spoilers, Rory Pond, I can read that before, Transmat, Silence, Fantastic, Brilliant, Geronimo. My favorite doctor. I really hate that question. I don't have a favorite doctor. I really love, like, genuinely love each doctor. Like, I can't pick and choose. I love them each for different reasons, and I'm not going to go through why I love them all for different reasons, because that would take a really long time, but I just can let you know that I love the doctor because essentially he's the same person. Like, he says the same things, he acts the same way. Even though he does have different personality traits for each new regeneration, essentially it's the same person. So I really love him because he's quirky, because he says things that are odd but completely make sense, because he's also selfish and a jerk a lot, but he always feels really, really bad for it, and I feel like that is a character trait that we all kind of have. Like, we all have selfish tendencies and ideas, but we all just kind of realize we're being assholes in the end. At least most of us. Anybody who has a conscience does. So what does TARDIS stand for? Time and Relative Dimension in Space. And actually, when I started watching Doctor Who, like the first episode, I kind of sat by the TV and my brother was watching it, and he was like, "Oh, there's this show and it's about an alien," and You know, he flies around in a time machine and it's called the TARDIS. And I was like, TARDIS, what is that? So I instantly Wikipedia'd it. And that was like the first thing I learned about Doctor Who, was that the TARDIS stands for time and relative dimension in space. So there's a little story. Anyways. So what do you call the people who travel with the Doctor? You call them companions. What else did he call them? Partners. Oh yeah, in Closing Time, when the Doctor was like, partners, that's a good term. Anyways, I digress. Choose one of your favorite Doctor Who quotes and recite it. Okay, wow, I should have studied for this, huh? My favorite Doctor Who quote is from the Pandorica Opens, when, and I'm totally going to mess it up, I know I am, but it's when the Doctor finally realizes that Rory's alive again, and he makes this whole speech about how the universe is vast and impossible and complicated, and sometimes the very rarely impossible things just happen, and we call them miracles. It's just the best line ever. Like, it totally sums up Doctor Who, and I think miracles happen all the time in that show, and for him to say, like, very rarely they happen is kind of stupid, because that kind of shit always happens. So, but yeah, it just, like, makes me feel so, like, it makes me feel like even though the world and the universe is completely random, which I know it is, sometimes amazing things do happen, and sometimes it is completely coincidental, but it just makes life 10 times more worth living, if that makes any sense. Okay. So, choose an item of clothing you're wearing and say it's cool. Well, I did this intentionally. I kind of read this question before, and also, like, I like to wear this shirt when I vlog. I wear Matt Smith now. Matt Smith is cool. All right, I'm a dork. I know, I'm sorry. End the post by saying any 5 words you want. Alex Kingston is sexy. Duh. Okay, 5 words. Ta-da. So, wow, this is really long. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try and wrap this up. This is gonna be really long, so I got asked a few questions by Peculiar Mademoiselle. The first one was my favorite Doctor Who character, which of course is River Song, because she's fucking badass and the best motherfucker around. I mean, she's totally awesome. She's like the Doctor, but like way more zealous and like honest, and she's just like knows her violent tendencies a bit better than the Doctor does. I think he kind of represses it, and then when he gets angry, he kind of lets it all bubble up to the surface, and he acts like a huge asshole. I think she already understands that she has violent tendencies and knows when it's like an appropriate time to act out on that. And plus she's just gorgeous and awesome, and if I could be any person ever, I would be River Song. And yeah. My favorite season, that's like asking me who's my favorite Doctor again. I guess I really love each season for different reasons. I really liked season 4. I thought it was awesome. I loved Donna. I loved Silence in the Library, Force of the Dead. I loved when Rose came back. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of that, but I really liked Rose, and I thought it was awesome. And I like it. I'm kind of cheesy and ridiculous, and I like, I don't know, when ridiculous fan-pleasing goes on, because it makes me fangirl, and that's the best. I really liked season 6 for obvious reasons, because it's River's season, and because the Doctor gets married, and because you find out who she is, and also there's like amazing episodes like The Girl Who Waited and The God Complex, which I think really was like, they're both really great character development episodes. Yeah. And My favorite moments. That's a lot of moments. So I thought about this for a while, and I'm just gonna name a few moments that came to mind that I really loved. I'm probably forgetting something, but for the Ninth Doctor, one of my favorite moments from him is when he takes out the Slavian lady to dinner. I don't remember the name of the episode or what the name of that character was, but I can say Rexicoricophalopatorius, because I'm a nerd again. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so he takes her out to dinner, and like the whole time during dinner, she's like trying to kill him, but he's like 2 steps ahead of her. And I just feel like it's this really like badass, like Ninth Doctor, like James Bond moment that was really cool. So that was good. I really liked, and again, I can't remember the names of the episode because I'm a horrible fan. I really liked the season finale when Rose is like arguing with Mickey and her mom about why the Doctor is like worth going back for and saving because he's amazing, and I really fell in love with Rose at that moment, and I thought that she was such a bamf. She was just awesome. And let's see, I really liked Martha Jones in Family of Blood. I think that's the second name of that 2-part episode. This is in the first part, I think, when she I'm not remembering the name of the character. I should have looked it up. But the character who the Doctor falls in love with, when she's like, I'm a doctor, and the lady's like, you can't be a doctor, you're black. And Martha's like, really, bitch? Let me name off all of the carpals I have in my hand right now. And I can't even do that right now, and I've learned those bones like 7 times. She's awesome. She's just so fucking smart, and like, I thought she was such a nice, like, change from Rose, because Rose was just kind of like a 19-year-old fangirl who was just like super excited and like really gung-ho about helping the Doctor, but I felt like Martha definitely had a bit more brains, and there were some great moments. I really liked the Adipose episode with Ten and Donna, especially the part when they're like miming towards each other when he's in the window and she's in the door. I just die laughing every time I see it. And I think the first time I saw it, I had to like stop the episode and rewind it to watch it again because I was laughing so hard that I didn't get everything they were saying. And I think that definitely is just like a really great example of dynamic that David Tennant and Catherine Tate have together. And it just, that whole like comedic repertoire just like goes out throughout all of that season, and it's amazing. I really liked the moment, and it was such like a fucking tearjerker when at the end of Forest of the Dead, Donna asks, they're like sitting there at the end, and River's dead, and everybody's come out of the library, and they're on the balcony again, and Donna's like, you know, is like okay Time Lord for really not okay at all. I thought that was perfect. And, oh god, there's so many other scenes. I really liked Rory in, like, the first part of Big Bang 2, when he's, like, holding dead Amy, and the Doctor comes back, and like, Rory's just sitting there, like, torn apart, and the Doctor's just, like, popping in and out, and he's, like, completely confused, and then he, like, punches the Doctor out. It's just, like, such a badass moment for Rory, and it was definitely the point where you, like, get him as a person. Like, he cares so much, and, like, his caring for Amy is actually what is like driving him to be like a better and like more what's the word? A more like confident person, and like trust in his abilities a bit more. He doesn't even think about it. He's just like, you know, fuck you, Doctor. You're an asshole. This is something. Anyways, Rory's just amazing. And River. Oh, there's so many moments with River that are my favorite. I guess because I just watched it recently, the moment in Angels Take Manhattan when they're sitting, you know, she breaks her wrist and the Doctor discovers it, and of course she's like yelling at him like, this is your fault. And I feel like that kind of scene has played out before between River and the Doctor, of course, like in Let's Kill Hitler, and I feel like they are just like that's their whole, that's like just like the pinnacle of their entire relationship. Like, she is the doctor's doctor. Like, she is there to like guide him and to give him advice and to tell him the truth and to like be honest about the situation when he's not honest with the situation himself. And yeah, so this has gone on for 15 minutes, so I'm gonna stop here because I don't even know like if I've held your attention at all. Anyways, okay, thanks for watching if you got to this point. Bye!